Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades, and let's get right into it here. As you guys can probably tell, we had a bit of a down day today. The only economic data that we got was Empire State Manufacturing, which again, not surprising, missed, and consumer sentiment, which also missed. But Empire State Manufacturing missed by a very big margin, down -20. So again, the numbers just show that there are economic problems, but the market can and could still go higher. Right now, we did get a break of this upsloping trend line. Our count remains the same unless it wants to truncate and end early. I also have another count where it shows that we could get a bigger pullback to like the 480 levels, but again, that would mean that this is going to just drop very quickly, but bounce back very quickly as well. You have a building bearish divergence on the RSI here, and then we can take a look at the SPY. SPY also showing some selling, and sorry, not the SPY, market cipher right here with a 16 and a -5 on the dual band strength index, quite bearish. But again, you have strong green money flow. When you get on the smaller time frames, you already have a green dot right on the 1 hour time frame. So could this dip be already over? Is this another dip to buy, and we're going to keep pumping higher in this market? When we look at the semiconductor space, there was significant bleeding, and I just want to cover wave edge very quickly. Finish up with a red cross here and more significant selling on the SPY. When we take a look at the semiconductors, let's just take a look at the SMH, VanEck Semiconductor ETF. You can see that it started to pull back pretty significantly, sharp pullback as well. But the daily stock RSI could be already resetting and could be getting ready to bounce and go back for another higher high. I mean, this market is very resilient right now. However, we are walking on eggshells with this PPI data and CPI data. When I take a look at NVDA, let's take a look at very quickly at an individual name. You can see that we could be finishing up here in an ABC and getting ready to potentially make another wave lower in the C leg. I already have the target here between 789 to 700. So again, this would be another dip to buy before we finish this wave 4, and then finally pump, for one more high here in a 5-wave move. Right. So this is what I see that could be happening in this market, and it's good to know the bearish case and the bullish case. The bearish case is this truncates, ends early, and that's it. That's all she wrote, and everything is going to fall apart. But you need a catalyst for that. You need a catalyst, and you need news, and you need a lot of stuff to follow through for a lot of panic selling. Right now we have the DXY reversing out of our buy area here on an ABC correction. Now, for me, this looks like it's potentially invalidated this 5-wave move down in a larger C leg. So now what I would see is that the dollar could possibly be getting ready to make a low here and another 5-wave move up. But again, this can chop around here and then start its impulse higher later on. So it doesn't have to go right away. So the market can survive if the dollar just chops sideways, right? We can see when the dollar kind of chops sideways, the market can just continue to push higher and higher and higher. If you take a look at February, where we're chopping sideways for the month of February, we just keep pushing higher. Where's February? There we go. Just pushing higher, higher and higher. You had some dips here now and then, but those were dips to buy. Looking at the weekly, you have now confirmed a 15 and a -3 on a dual band strength index. So that is a bearish sign. And on top of that, you have a lower high on the momentum wave. So now you have bearish divergence, but you have very strong green money flow. So it's still kind of an unknown right now where we're going to be headed in this market. A hint though is that the IWM is forming quite a bit of a bearish pattern here, unable to pump higher. This kind of looks like it's setting up for a B wave top. And it could truncate. It doesn't have to go all the way up to here. I know I had some targets here, and I thought that the melt up scenario is possible, and it still can be possible. But if we start to roll over and this market, like in the Russell, starts to fall apart, then we're gonna have to be really cautious and we're gonna have to be careful because we don't want to be buying these small cap names if that starts to happen. Okay, let's take a look at some more individual names. A lot of people seem to be enjoying this, so we'll take a look at Mara. And funny enough, Bitcoin had a big dump overnight, but a big bounce as well. And now we're kind of back up to 69,700, and Mara is holding up quite nicely. It was actually down on the day, gap lower, but some buying came in, and not too surprising, we are in the buy area for this wave 3 and the A wave as well. So this is could possibly be looking for a bit of a wave 4 and then another like lower and then and then it'll complete the wave 5 here for the wave A. After that, you'll get B wave bounce and then another low and a C leg. Okay, but again, this can take very long to play out. Okay, let's take a look at Apple. Apple actually had a bit of a down day today, down 22 basis points. It was down a little bit more, right? It gapped lower, but ended up being bought up in near the end of the day. So to me, this kind of looks like you extended. Let me just get over here. The smaller time frames. Looks like you kind of extended this B wave here. Gonna adjust my count, A, B, and C, right? So it's an ugly one, but obviously that's the smaller time frames. It looks like it's starting to get a little bit impulsive, so we may get a short-term relief rally in this market, and maybe even make another higher high in the S&P, right? And now you're gonna get probably a 5-wave move up into this area, and once it finishes, then that'll be all she wrote for Apple. I think you have a very strong chance to reverse here and continue to go lower. We are in a bearish trend, and if we just pull up some moving averages. You'll probably see that if we pump to this level, maybe you'll run into some moving averages. Well, you got the 20-day right there. When you get on the 4-hour, you got a bunch of moving averages as well. And then the 1 hour, I think the 200-day 1 hour is right here. So there you go. Let's move on. Let's take a look at some more individual names. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla getting hammered down these last couple of days. To me, it looks like it could possibly be getting ready to finish at this level here. You've been holding this downsloping trend line as support, right? And you're in my buy area. When we take a look at this 5-wave move, I can make 5 waves here. I could also make 3 waves, but right now I could definitely see 5 waves and in a wave 3 down to here, which was pretty bearish. I think on a 45-minute. Let me just see. I think this was the low. Yeah, and the RSI peaked around this area 4 and then the 5th wave. And then you also have it on the larger time frames as well. You've made a low, you retrace in the B wave, now you're making another low, and now you take a look at the RSI and look at that. You had peak RSI here, so that's wave 3, and now you should be getting ready to get out of this rut. And I know there's a lot of price cuts and some people are shorting Tesla at these levels now, and now it's time to short, but my short area was up here. Short area was at 200. Now we're at 163, right? So, and it's not easy buying at these levels when everyone's screaming to get out. So that's probably why no, it's not a very popular narrative right now. Okay, so that's it for Tesla. Let's take a look at another name. We'll take a look at the TLT. Taking a look at the TLT, it definitely looks like we are in this wave 3 now. So yields should be going higher. But make no mistake, this market, I know these yields are bearish for the market, but yields can go higher, and the market can go higher as well. The market just ignores what the yields are doing and was continuing to pump even when the yields were pumping up here. Now we're getting a little bit to an extended level. If this wants to extend higher, it can in a B wave, but I would have to redo this count, and it would be an ugly count, and I don't think I would like that, right? Because this would actually turn into maybe a different count here, into a maybe it could be a more complex correction, but for now this is what I have, and if it does come to that, then I'll update you guys on the chart. But yeah, this is how it should be playing out, and it's been playing out quite well so far. All right, let's take a look at some more names here. We'll take a look at PayPal. We'll take a look at PayPal. Let's see how PayPal did today. PayPal fared okay, kind of just chopping sideways. It seems to be pumping here, but getting a lot of selling. Let me take a look at PayPal on Wave Edge very quickly. 1 hour time frame, not too much selling. 4 hour, nothing there. Daily, 1 hour, 30-minute. I mean, I think PayPal should be ready to me. When I look at PayPal, PayPal is ready to get out of this move. See, 5 waves move. So you could be starting this at any moment, and when it does, you don't want to get in the way out of it, and it's probably really heavily shorted, so you're probably gonna get a really big short squeeze when it begins. Okay. Let me take a look at another one. We'll take a look at another one. I think someone requested CLSK the other day. So again, very similar to Mara and Bitcoin, although this one is holding up a little bit better. And CLSK went up 10% today. So I still think it's in this B wave. You could be just doing a delayed move, right? And then you'll finish up in this area when that happens. Okay. Let me take a look at one more name that someone requested. I think I covered Palantir yesterday. Let me cover one more thing. Just pulled it up here. We'll be covering it in just a few moments. Just want to look at the comment section from yesterday. All right. So TTD is the trade desk. I think the trade desk, we had mapped something out that was quite bearish, but it didn't end up playing out. And to me, this just looks like maybe, let's just see here. I actually want to take a look to see what the market cipher is going to tell me. TTD, the trade desk, market cipher, and the daily time frame. Okay, it's making 5 waves here, and now you're in an ABC. Oh, it's actually getting quite bearish for the trade desk on the daily time frame here. You actually have a lot of red money. You're crossing back into the red money flow. You had an extended move after this pump, and this is done now. So this should be done, and you should be going much lower in an ABC. So yeah, there you go. A, B, and then C, and it'll finish up down to these levels here, and we'll calculate our target once we know the B wave is in. B wave top is in. Okay, all right, so that's it for now. Let's take a look at Nat Gas. So Nat Gas got pummeled, hammered today, down another 5% after a bit of a pump yesterday on some news. Overall, it's still quite bearish and could be getting ready for another big move lower. If it's going for an ABC correction, it needs to reverse now and go a little bit higher, and then you'll get you'll get your V wave top, and then you'll go down much lower once again. Let me take a look at oil. Oil is actually trying to break out here. It is managing to close a daily candle. Did it close a daily candle above this level here? Not yet, but it's holding up quite well and could be getting ready for a pump higher, which would actually be worse for inflation, which is not what the market wants, but it shows that the economy is maybe doing a little bit better. Well, although we do know when we look at the data, the numbers are very bad indeed. All right, gold, silver. So gold's actually starting to roll over here from this rejection point, which is essentially just an upsloping trend line. I have a target area down here between 2,100 to 2,064, which should hold as support. But if we blow through this, then maybe there's something bigger happening in the market, and then it's much more bearish. And we'll see once we get there. But this is what I have for you guys right now. Okay. All right. So that's basically it. I don't really have much to add. It's very straightforward. The markets are very. I know there's a lot of bad news these last couple of days, but this market is very bullish, and it can continue to be very bullish as long as people keep buying, FOMOing in on NVDA, SMCIs, these kinds of stocks. But it's also important to note we've seen significant dark pool trades appear at the highs of these stocks now. So it kind of begs the question: are we really gonna go higher, or is this it? Is this really it? And the market's toast, and we're gonna roll over. For me, we'll be a little bit more optimistic, although I can be very bearish at times. But right now, this market wants to be bananas. It can continue to be bananas. All right, guys, you have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy the market recap. Feel free to join the Discord. The link is in the description. Love you guys. Peace.